And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you here to some exciting girls lacrosse action here at York High School at Clarence D. East Field. Luca DeSanto alongside me is Connor Choi. Connor, today the Dukes take on the Hersey Huskies, private powerhouse. Tell us a bit about these teams.
Yeah, this will be a great matchup, Luca. Hersey, a great lacrosse school, and obviously York is on a big roll right now. They've been playing some really good lacrosse so far this season. They fell to Evanston in their last game, but they're coming off two really nice wins, one against St. Ignatius as well as a 6-5 victory the last time you guys saw them live on York Sports Network. They defeated Downers Grove North in a really solid performance. That was some great defense played by both teams, and York was able to battle through and come out on top in the end. Kayla Moranti with a really big goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, just been on a tear lately. That St. Ignatius win, big time. Duke's now 2-0 on both the boys and girls side against St. Ignatius. Face off here. It is won by the Dukes. Great job by Speck there. And a quick stoppage of play already. And it will be York's possession. Speck at the 25-yard line. Ball up top now at the 25.
Look for their offensive game plan to be high-paced. They like to get ahead early and attack early, and that's exactly what they're going to set up right here.
Absolutely. Like to get in a nice, comfortable lead and cruise through the rest of the game. This will be a big test for the Dukes, though. Speck tries to give this one down low. It's lost by Merrick. Skirmish now right outside the goal. Could have been risky there for Hersey. It's picked back up by the Dukes, though. They reset.
Really would have been a nice play. I mean, if Speck was able to connect on that pass there, that would have been a sure goal for the Lady Dukes here in the first 2 minutes of this game.
Pass into Speck, no good. Another chance here for the Dukes, now behind the goal.
Another sure goal that looked like it was going to happen, and then they just squander it away, but they still have possession.
Speck trying to knife her way inside. Forced behind the goal again. Trying to look for someone to cut. Speck going around herself. Shot is good there. And just like that, the Dukes already start out hot here with one goal already.
It's not necessarily bad defense by Hersey. They were covering everyone. They're neutralizing Speck, who's, she's a high-volume scorer, but she's also great at facilitating, and that's exactly what she was looking to do there. So they neutralized all potential options, and Speck just takes it herself, spins around, and fires it in the goal. Just some really nice doing it by yourself there from Elizabeth Speck, the Cincinnati commit, starting things off strong.
She is set to face off again here for the Dukes. She will be going up against number 16, Chelsea Brown. This ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Duke's possession. Daniel starts with this one. Gives this one behind now to Flossie. Flossie getting tripled here. Tough defense here from Hersey, way outside of the goal.
Hersey doing a great job putting this pressure on into Duke's territory, but now they're starting to make a run here. You see they're moving it down the field laterally very well.
Speck goes inside, and a foul will be called.
Whistle doesn't blow. That's Elizabeth Speck's second goal in about 90 seconds there, Luca.
Already starting out hot here. We'll see if they can keep the consistency. Speck shot no good there. And it will stay with the Dukes. They have another opportunity to attack here. Ball given down low. Merrick's goal is good there. And the Dukes are still moving, trying to just pull away here from Hersey, still holding them scoreless have not had an offensive possession this entire time, Connor.
No, and I mean, great offense also contributes to defense, and you see Sarah Merrick right there with the goal. I mean, that's a great job by this Duke's attack, keeping the pressure high on this Hersey defense, and Sarah Merrick with a really easy goal there. They didn't have to do too much, just gets it, flicks it, and it's in the back of the net, and now the Dukes, just like that, have a quick 2-0 lead.
Yeah, great job by Merrick. One of the key components of this York team has helped in big ways against this tough schedule they have had thus far.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about this team, what makes them the number 5 team in the state of Illinois, according to Illinois Lacrosse Network, I mean, you're thinking of the big 3. Hayden Daniel, who's not playing tonight, she's out with an illness, and Elizabeth Specht and Morgan Navarre, but Sarah Merrick, Brycelyn Daniel, two great supporting pieces, and this all around has been an amazing team.
Specht shot no good there, off the stick of a Hersey goalie. Moranti at the 20-yard line now up top. Moranti still trying to facilitate. Goes in by herself now. Bouncing shot is good. And it's a 3-0 game now.
I mean, they are relentless on this Hersey defense, and pretty soon they're going to have to make some defensive adjustments if they want to stop this Duke's offense. They're absolutely rolling right now. Kayla Moranti with some great moves, just spinning around, and once again, she's doing it all by herself. And these one-on-one isolations against these Hersey defenders, it's gone York's way all 3 times.
Ball still on the floor here right at midfield. Specht is able to trace this one down. Charging by herself now. Specht spinning, goes back out, gives it to Merrick. Back to Specht. Over to Moranti. Daniel over to Specht. Now Scotty going inside, gives this one back out to Specht. Great move there from Daniel, evading the defense, cutting by herself, and a great find by Specht.
Just like you said, Luca, great find by Elizabeth Specht, and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. She's a great facilitator, and with her being such a high-volume scorer, she draws a lot of attention from opposing defenses, and you see it there. 2 defenders come up to try and neutralize her from getting that one-on-one isolation, and she gets Brycelyn Daniel, who's cutting to the goal, and she's got all her momentum shifting towards the net, and she puts it right through where the goalie can't get it.
Yeah, great at reading this Hersey defense and any defense she matches up against. She's been staying consistent with it. This faceoff is won by Hersey. Their first offensive possession now. We'll see what they can get going. Brown gives this one over now. Hersey definitely with a more poised offense than the Dukes. Now behind the goal. Drive inside here. Shot is good, and it is a 4-1 game now. Hersey with their first goal on their first offensive possession, trying to get some firepower going there.
I mean, what a move by number 44, Ellie Cataldo. I mean, she fakes it, then spins around, and she gets herself a better look, and that was a pretty easy and standard shot for her there, but you cannot discredit what she was doing before to give herself that opportunity. And this game is far from over, Luca. Dukes jump out to a quick 4-0 lead, but you're still facing a top 30 team in the state of Illinois in the Hersey Huskies.
Again, like you said, 2 premier lacrosse programs going face-to-face here, and this face-off is won by Hersey again. Cataldo at the 25. She's being guarded by Mads. Cataldo almost lost it. Now gets it over to Parlett.
I mean, from what we're seeing so far, and this is a sample size of 2 offensive possessions, they like taking their time, and they run a decent bit of motion around in the field trying to get someone on the cut, which is kind of different from what we're seeing from this Duke's offense, which is, like we said, fast-paced. They like to beat people with their speed and elusiveness, but it looks like Hersey is trying to hoping to beat the Lady Dukes with their game IQ and not turning the ball over very much.
We'll see if they can use some of their IQ here to stop the Dukes again on offense. They have been pretty unsuccessful thus far as they've allowed 4 goals here for York.
I mean, they're 4-4, but they're definitely better than their record shows. They're playing in a weaker schedule, so they're first right now in their conference, but they got crushed by Loyola Academy 19-1. They lost to OPRF 14-8. They lost to Maine South 14-6, and they lost to Lockport 25-15. So they're losing to some really good teams.
Shot off the mark there from Moranti. Great defense there from Hersey's goalie.
Just looking for this Hersey team to kind of get that first win against a really good program, and you're coming into Elmhurst hoping to do that. But, I mean, this is probably, apart from that Loyola game, this is probably the toughest game they're going to play all year.
Specht, 4 shot on goal there is good. And she has got her name on this game for sure, Connor.
I mean, she's so quick. You don't even think, she didn't even think she was going to shoot it there. I mean, she's cradling it like she's looking to let a play develop, and next thing you know, she's flinging it at the net, and she just catches the Hersey goalie by surprise, and she continues to amaze this crowd as she can score in a million different ways.
Hersey's just got to find another way to stop her, and they're going to start here by trying a new tactic. New Husky in for face-offs now. This face-off is won by Hersey. Here they go the other way. Donovan has this one now.
I think they're going to have to speed things up here, Luca. You cannot let this Duke's defense get comfortable here.
Got to push the pace. Like you said, York likes to get out going early and try and have a nice cushion through the rest of the game. So they're going to try and get as big a lead here in the first half so they could cruise through the second half.
Well, they've got a decent-sized lead right now, and I think this is going to put pressure on this offense to try and speed up with it. Just from what I'm seeing right now on these offensive possessions, that's not what they're used to doing. And that's what makes this so great when you play at such a high pace. You're making teams uncomfortable.
Shot no good there. And it will be York possession there. Connor, where is Hersey located?
Hersey's located in Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights is kind of like by Schaumburg, right?
Schaumburg in that
just by the airport.
In that area, Arlington.
Merrick really pushing here now. Give this one behind to Morante. I'm sorry, Connor. What were you saying?
Arlington Heights. The surrounding towns would be Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, and then this little middle area of Schaumburg and Elk Grove Village, which is a forest preserve.
Friends watching, Connor did not know that off the cuff. He was just on Google Maps. But
I was giving an
fine.
accurate description.
Yeah.
I could have just said it was by Elk Grove Village, Luca. I mean, I get the viewers at home, they got to be able to visualize that map in their head.
I couldn't still, but thank you.
You're not good with directions, Luca?
I'm not good with suburbs. I'm really not.
Well, maybe the 4 people watching right now will appreciate my description of the northwest suburbs of Illinois.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Shot no good there. It'll stay with Hersey, though. They're going to try and attack again on offense.
Good defense from the Dukes there. Donovan kind of had to rush it there. She was getting pinched from three different directions by this Duke's defense. So she just had to quickly kind of get a shot up as no one was open for her, and she missed it low and to the left.
Hersey still with possession now. Even behind the goal. Cut here, no good. Hersey retains possession, though. Parle behind the goal. Tries to give this one over to a teammate, but instead it's off the stick of a York defender.
Just an ill-advised pass there. Not really sure who she was looking at, and Flossie almost able to intercept it there, but she couldn't get a stick on the ball.
Now coming up on a minute left here in the game. Or, excuse me, in the quarter. Shot no good there. Once again picked up by the York goalkeep. And we'll see what York can do with time winding down here in the first quarter if they can expand on their lead.
Hallie Jasani's putting in the work there right now. That was a high-pressure situation. That was an extended possession for Hersey, as we've got about half a minute left in this first quarter. So that shaved off at least a good 2 minutes there, Luca. She's staying ready and alert at all times. You see it pays off as she gets the save there.
Speaking of ready and alert, oh, did that not go in?
I thought that went into the back of the net and it just bounced out.
That's rough. That's really rough for Bryce.
That's a tough break there. Daniel should have her second goal of the game right there.
I don't know what the ref saw, but looked like a goal from up here. Anyway, we will head to break now. End of the first quarter, your score 5-1. York with a nice lead. You are watching York Sports Network. Hello, Dukes. We welcome you back here. Second quarter just about underway here. Speck set to face off again for the Dukes. And it is won by the Dukes. Great job by Bryceland Daniel grabbing that one down. Dukes attacking from the other side now. And they are already pushing.
Maybe it's which side you are scoring on. Maybe this is the bad side, Luca. We'll see if Hersey can mount a little comeback in these next 12 minutes. But something tells me it's just this Dukes offense has been too much for the defensive front.
I don't know. I feel like scoring on this side of the field that the Dukes are trying to attack on would be more distracting because of all the cars driving past.
You know, depth perception is a big thing. It's kind of like that when you go to the Final Four in basketball, teams shoot from three consistently worse than they would because it's elevated and the depth of the stands is a bit off.
That's why football or basketball should not be played in football stadiums, friends. It should not. Except that one cool Iowa women's basketball game. That was pretty sick. Where it was just like literally in the middle of their football field. That was pretty cool. But like indoor fields, games should not be hosted there. Daniel gives this one over now. Now to Specht. She fakes, goes back out, gives this one down low to Merrick. Great block there again from the Hersey goalie.
Katie Wentley with a great save there, just staying calm. It was a good, decent shot put on by Merrick. But Wentling drops down, uses the stick to block it.
This one picked back up again by Hersey. They're going to go the other way. Try and push. They have numbers, but great defense being played there by Scotty. Hersey resetting with this one up top now at the 25.
Look ahead at the Duke's schedule. They play LT, Glenbard West, and Hinsdale Central for their next 3 games. It's LT at home. They travel to GBW, and then they'll host Central before they face off against Sandburg High School and then travel and face the powerhouse in Loyola Academy. And they're playing in Winnetka, so enemy territory against one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, they have not really hosted a lot of these premier teams. I mean, this is arguably one of them that they're hosting now. You know, they were on the road for St. Ignatius. They were on the road for New Trier. So that is definitely, posed a bit more of a challenge.
I mean, New Trier, the number 2 team in the state for girls, and Loyola Academy, the number 1 team in the state. But, I mean, here's the thing. Loyola Academy has got an amazing lacrosse field. Earlier this year, they played a couple of college lacrosse games there. Air Force and Marquette was one of the featured matchups.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Donovan's shot on goal is good there. What a nice move. Little underhand lazy action there. Just able to tap that ball right into the back of the net.
Almost looked like a dad throwing soft toss to his kid. Just little flip. Not doing too much. And able to cash in for the second goal for this Hersey squad.
Yep.
Sure you know what I mean, Luca. Your brother, big baseball player. I'm sure your dad's throwing him some flips from time to time.
Uh-huh. Yep. Bryceland Daniel in now for face-offs. So we'll see how this adjustment affects the Dukes. They are still rolling right now with a score of 5-2. And this face-off is won by Daniel. He's getting hounded, though, at midfield. She gives this one up to Scotty now. Dukes are going to try and push here. They opt to slow it down. My mistake. Bronte with this one at the 22. Scotty gives this one over to Daniel now at the 20. Duke slowing things down here a bit more, trying to find a way to attack. Scotty going around now, inside, knifing her way through. She gives this one behind the net now to Speck. She's going to look for someone to cut. Speck gives us one up high now to Moranti, and that goal is good.
Really nice shot there from Moranti. Really a hard shot, probably the highest velocity we've seen on a goal scored this entire day. And afterwards, you see Wentling going back to try and save it, but at that point, it was already a goal. So a little too late to try and fix that one.
Connor, like you were mentioning, the Dukes do have a schedule of 3 conference games. And
not easy ones, I might add.
No,
definitely not easy ones.
Not.
I mean, you already had a big conference test facing off against DG, and now you've got some stiff competition coming up, specifically Glenbard West. I mean, GBW, always putting out some of the best lacrosse teams in the west suburbs.
Really put lacrosse on the map for the conference itself, I would argue. Speck gives us one down low there, but it's blocked by Hersey's goalie. They're going to push the other way now.
Wentling with a great save there, but just as soon as I say that, Hersey immediately turning it back over to the Dukes.
Speck is able to pick this one up. She's at the 20 now.
I mean, you say Glenbard West put boys and girls lacrosse for the West Suburban Silver on the map, but I would go ahead and say that I think York has done their fair share just quietly over the years, building a really good program, putting some really good teams on the field in these last 3 years.
We should mention YSN founder Bobby Hessling, one of those members of those early York teams. Scotty's shot is off the mark there, just off the crossbar. Merrick now trying to recover here. She's getting doubled.
I think this is probably the best York girls lacrosse team ever. I would go ahead and say. I mean,
how many teams have they had? How many years have they been doing this?
I don't know. I don't think people realize that lacrosse hasn't been an IHSA sport. It's only been for, I think, about 15 years.
Yeah.
So what people don't realize is this is a relatively new sport, which seems crazy to say because kids have been playing lacrosse for about 50 years.
Yep. It's really just taken off as of recent, I would argue. I shouldn't say as of recent. I don't know.
I think in recent years, maybe around here, I know in the North Shore it's been popular for a lot longer, but now we're starting to see it trickle down into more schools.
That's how you see those premier teams like Loyola being built, or Lake Forest, who is number 1 in boys right now.
St. Viator, these private schools and the North Shore public schools doing just great ones. Obviously, you have some outliers like Wheaton Academy, always putting together solid teams.
Morante, long shot is no good there again, and a Husky falls down, recollects herself. Clock will stop at 5 minutes 39.
It was not Moranti's best shot. Not even close. I mean, she just throws it right at Wentling.
Yeah.
All she has to do is stand still, and she's blocking that one.
Just didn't even drive.
I don't mind the long shot. Her last goal was relatively long. Like, from what we've seen today, I guess it'd be considered one of the longest shots of the day. But she moved around and she skipped it low. She can't go right at the goalie, especially in a free shot there.
You know, Connor, just 1 hour from now, the Chicago Bulls will tip off against the Miami Heat in round 1 of the play-in. Who do you got winning?
Well, I'm confident in the Bulls.
Josh Giddey will be playing today.
This is giving me girls soccer all over again, Luca.
Yeah.
When you talked about LeBron James.
Well, we had to shine the GOAT debate, obviously. I don't think LeBron's the GOAT. Someone who shall remain nameless, does believe that.
All right, here's an interesting one. In your time so far at York, who do you think the greatest York athlete has been?
Ooh.
Any sport.
That's a tough
one. All right, I'll let you go first, and I'll give my pick. Greatest York athlete, only off of high school accomplishments.
Okay.
In your time only, so in your 3 years, who has been the greatest York athlete? high school accomplishments only,
Okay, so
not where they are now.
I say this is more of a basketball fan. I would either say Marianne Blass or AJ Levine. Those
Marianne
would be
Blass
my
is a
two
great
picks.
pick. I think if you're giving it to one of them, I would honestly give it to Marianne Blass.
Yep.
She had that great run before they ran into, you
Loyola,
guessed it, Loyola Academy. I mean, they are just so good
on our
at,
tails.
yeah. It's like that. Marianne Blass is a great pick. Now, who's your pick for most successful York athlete?
Like outside.
Like after like where they've ended up.
God, we have some right now.
There's a lot. These two questions are gonna make you think.
I would say AJ Levine for one of them. Obviously playing at Penn. Kyle Waltz, who's taking a fifth year.
But he is committed to Miami of Ohio.
He's also committed to Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, those are two solid options. I mean, for me, for most successful York athlete, I got to give it to Ryan Sloan.
Oh, yeah.
Very rarely do you see a kid get drafted professionally.
And a goal there for Hersey. That goal by Madeline Murphy. And she makes it a 6-3 game now.
Nice move by Murphy. Hit a quick little spin and then nets that one to make it a 3-score game. But she ruined our little trivia fun here, our York trivia
how
fun.
could I have forgotten Ryan Sloan? That's on me. That's on me.
He is undoubtedly, in my opinion, the most successful York athlete in my time.
Yeah, there are some sleepers, though.
But he's not. I wouldn't say he's the one that had the most success at York. I mean, for me.
Oh.
And it's a really small sample size, but one could argue that a guy like Bruno Massel leads the first ever York York football team to their first ever state championship appearance. Shout out to our cameraman Hunter Ryan, a part of that team. But what goes unnoticed is his track and field accomplishments.
Yep, that too. Yeah, obviously, state qualifier last year was in the bubble for qualifying for day 2 at Eastern Illinois. Wasn't able to quite make it, but he will surely be there next year, being ranked as one of the top 100 or 50-meter runners in the state.
Who, Bruno?
Yes.
Next year?
Excuse me, this year. Excuse me. I'm comparing things to last season.
Okay. I mean, one could almost argue, and it's hard to tell, but if you're looking a little bit in the future, I think Hayden Daniel already had 100 career goals as only a sophomore. I mean, you thought Brycelyn Daniel was an efficient scorer, reaching 100 early into her senior year. How about Hayden Daniel doing it as just a sophomore?
Moranti, nice shot there. Bounces that one in to the back of the goal. Makes this a 7-3 game now.
Right when Hersey responds, you just have this Duke's offense come back in a blink of an eye. Just keep adding back what they're losing. And that's really what I like to see. You're having these games. That DGN game, defense had to pick up the offense a little bit as they were slow to get things going. In this game, it's the offense picking up the defense. Defense lets up a goal, and the offense gets it right back almost immediately after, and they are rolling in this first half, Luca. This might be some of the best lacrosse I've seen them play all year. I'm going to go out and say that.
For sure, Connor. Already 7 goals, and we're not even through the first half.
It's just complete team lacrosse, and that's what is a recipe for a really good team, and that's why they're ranked number 5 in the state.
Yeah. Connor, back to your trivia. I think there are some underrated people as well.
Morgan Navarre has a case to make for sure.
Yep.
It got to the point where she broke so many of her – she started breaking her own track records. You were just expecting that.
How about a guy in Hunter Stepanek, 3-sport athlete, all varsity for all of them. Nationally ranked for lacrosse, for volleyball, spring sports. Definitely a big contributor, but I would even say something like someone like Gabe Arriaga, freshman B volleyball, great contributor there. Absolutely electric career, and part of course Chicago elite volleyball as an elite volleyball player.
And you're one of your good dear friends and your coworker to always. Love to give little jabs at each other when you can.
Yeah, you can say that.
Oh, Hunter's saying Jimmy Connors, and that's a great one. I mean,
yep.
Well, he was a 2-sport athlete for
Speck laser shot, no good there.
Wow.
Again, didn't even, just like Moranti on that last penalty, just didn't even drive.
It's just kind of surprising me. I don't know. Just find it interesting. Jimmy Connors, two-sport athlete for almost 4 years. Unfortunately, his season ended when he broke his ankle. So that's keeping him out from the baseball season. He's still a part of the team.
Daniel has this one up top now. Now gives it back over to Specht. Now back to Daniel. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Specht goes inside, and before she can, a penalty is called on Hersey.
No.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see another shot on goal here for York.
I didn't see it. That is not the call, ref.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that one. I'm all for giving the Lady Dukes a shot here. And from bad to worse.
Yep. All right, so 25 seconds left here. We'll see if Hersey could get this one upfield in time. It looks like they won't. Dukes just didn't really chase for that ball there.
I'm not really sure what that was. It looked like it was going to be Moranti's ball all the way. Then Flossie had to hurry it up, but she gets beat out by Kathy Nugent.
Daniel's able to recover. She picks this one back up for the Dukes. Now running by herself, and time expires. That will wrap up the first half here. Your score 7-3, and the Dukes still holding on to a 4-point lead. We'll see if they can hold this one in the second half. Don't go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network. So bad. Hello, Dukes. We welcome you back here. Start of the third quarter just underway.
Hersey High School is ranked number 17, best high school in Illinois.
Oh, we're still giving fun facts over the break. Our
Ranked
wonderful
the 17th best
PA
high
guy.
school.
Hersey's a great school. It's located in a great location. Arlington Heights, a great place to raise your family.
It's private, right?
Hersey's a public school.
It's public?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said over the speaker they built Hersey to deal with the growing population. You're not building a private school to deal with the growing population, Luca.
Yeah. Reminds me of Chicago Vocational, if anything.
Guys,
Growing
did you know
population.
that Luca was from the city? He is a Chicago public school thesaurus or dictionary or whatever.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
It's because athletics are so good there.
He'll
That's what you gotta love. The athletic side of it.
I mean, I know you loved when Kenwood and Simeon played at Hinsdale
was-
Central.
that
That was a
was-
quick drive for you.
That was a great game.
Oh, you talked about that for forever.
It's great seeing that section will be hosted there. And a shot on goal there is good. Claire Murray getting things going early here in the second half for Hersey, making this a 3-goal game.
She gets the penalty shot there, and this time she actually elects to run up and try and score. Claire Murray. I think.
Sorry, I had to tell the PA who that was. It's
Oh,
overtime.
her name's not Claire Murray. Her name's Amelia Murray. Ooh, Luca.
We spreaded some misinformation there,
We
Dukes
are spreading
fans.
some lies. So that was
That's on us.
it was number 8. Who? Oh, that's Katie Donovan. We weren't even close.
We got it way wrong.
If the Donovans are watching this, Luca and I would like to extend our sincerest
Yeah.
apologies. We all
sorry.
know. Well, you guys know that Kate Donovan scored.
Yeah.
Okay, Luca, here's another one. Do you think that in all the success, and this is a little bit of a prediction here, of all the success our athletics had in the fall and winter, do you think spring will see by the end of it, the most success?
Oh,
And speaking
right
of
on
success,
time there. Hey, Bryceland Daniel there with a nice way to carve her way through inside, get a nice shot on goal, and it is 8-4 now.
What I'm talking about earlier, Luca, they're going right back. They respond nicely. Hersey responds, and the Dukes steal it right back. So the score keeps climbing, but the Dukes are holding their lead.
Yeah.
Back to what I was saying, at the end of this, with the success that baseball is having, yesterday we were at the volleyball game. LT, the boys volleyball team picked up a nice win against LT.
Yep.
So track has been great.
Yep.
Girls and boys lacrosse has been great. So, I mean, by the end of this, do you think that the spring sports will have more success than the fall and winter sports?
Yeah, I would say winter was definitely a bit of a struggle. It was a rebuilding year for both boys and girls basketball, so they were trying to find their footing. I would definitely say that you can't really beat a state finals run, but I don't doubt any of these teams to be able to make a state finals run. I could see York boys volleyball going back to state once again. I could definitely see York boys or girls lacrosse making a big-time run at state. So we will see what happens, but I am very confident, and I think that both York boys and girls track can place very high in the state finals.
For these lacrosse teams, it's almost like what's going to stop them? I feel like the only thing that could beat them is themselves. And I think it all just comes down to how are they going to play against the super highly competitive teams like the Loyola Academies, like the St. Vitus, like the Lake Forests of the lacrosse world, who both have really good boys and girls lacrosse programs. So,
yeah. And, they are decently battle-tested for sure, Connor, but, Loyola Academy will definitely be a big test for this team here, and that is definitely circled on these girls' calendars.
They're easily the best girls lacrosse team in the state of Illinois. It's been like that for multiple weeks now, and
yeah, there's no sign of slowing them down, but I believe if anyone could do it, it is the Dukes.
Yeah, when we talk about over at Illinois Lacrosse Network, the best girls lacrosse teams, it's every week it's Loyola Academy at 1, and it's like who's the closest to Loyola Academy? But I think, York is kind of flying under the radar in these rankings just because they don't necessarily – they're still searching for that big top 10 win.
Yeah.
And it's coming soon.
Speck shot blocked there. She picks it back up, though. She's behind the net. Speck trying to get someone to cut inside here. Open lane for Merritt. Gives it down low. And shot is just off there. Just tried to tap it in. Not successful. Now Hersey pushing the other way.
Ooh, nice job by Moranti. Able to intercept that, and these midfielders really playing well today.
Yeah. Moranti over to Speck now. Speck directing traffic here for the Dukes now. She's at the 25.
I mean, they really run this offense through her, Luca. She controls everything, and her feel for the game and her game IQ is just so high, and this is why she can do it all, and big reason why she's going to the University of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. Speck has it up top again. Quick move here, trying to drive inside. Forced to go back out, gives it down low to Daniel. Her shot is good there. And there is just no sign of stopping the Dukes right now. 9-4 with 7 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the third.
Daniel picks up the hat trick, and she is playing some great lacrosse tonight, Luca, and she always seems to be open. She's involved in all these plays, and when you cut to the goal, get those open passes. Look at you, Luca, doing a little dance.
Yeah, it's getting exciting here.
Celebratory dance, but I mean, when you're open all the time, like Daniel was, and you're cutting to the goal, eventually someone's going to find you. And they found her 3 times tonight.
Yep.
And she's a big reason why the Dukes have propelled to a 5-goal lead.
Yeah.
Their largest of the day, I might add.
Yeah, great job by Speck, too, reading the defense nicely there. Just able to find Daniel right down low. And now Speck is set to face off again here for the Dukes. She has been highly successful thus far, and we will see if she can keep consistent here. Daniel goes soaring up for that ball. She's able to corral it. Almost knocked out there by the Huskies. Ball getting back over to Speck. Merrick to Evans. Duke's behind the net now. Scotty. Back in the hands of Speck. Speck trying to weave. Goes inside through traffic. Wow, and a penalty called there on Hersey. So Speck will have another free shot on goal here.
She's not the player you want to foul. I mean, she's been facilitating a lot, but she can score, and I think you're about to see it right here.
Speck, shot no good there. Another block there for the Hersey goalie.
I jinxed it, Luca. I was feeling good. I was feeling confident, and
Shameful.
I went all in, and it didn't pay off.
Shameful.
Apologies to Elizabeth Speck. I'm sure if I said nothing, you would have scored.
Scotty able to pick this one up through traffic. It's picked up again by Mads. She's in the backfield now. Hersey doing a great job of swarming the Dukes right now, just trying to push them as far back as possible from the net.
Well, Manlangbayan wanted some help there, and she didn't get it. She was motioning for just anyone to come on over, and very late did she get Bryceland Daniel to move.
We're now inside of 6 minutes here. Scotty gives us one back behind the net. That is number 18 out there now, Paige Byrne, playing for the first time here for the Dukes.
It's another 3-sport athlete right there, Luca.
Yeah. Very successful as well, yeah.
Does she do what Navarre does, where she runs track as well as plays lacrosse?
No.
There's only 2 athletes that play 2 sports in the spring, right? It's Riggs Cole and Morgan Navarre.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Is Navarre playing today? I haven't seen her.
She is not, no.
Oh.
Speck goes down hard there, holding her knee. Time will stop She's still grimacing in pain. Trainer's going to come out and look at her. We will step aside for a second. You are watching York Sports Network. Back here from the injury timeout, Speck just helped off the field by the Dukes. Athletic trainers. We will see if she returns for this game, for the rest of this game. They're going to check her out on the bench first and make an educated call on whether or not she can return. We'll see if the Dukes can hold here. Definitely losing some offensive firepower and a facilitator with Speck out of the game.
It's just arguably your best overall player, and that's just not what you want to see.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it definitely wasn't as bad as I think probably some people initially thought. She was able to get off the field on her own, under her own power, which is huge. But she'll continue to get looked at by the trainer. I would say, as of right now, it's probably highly unlikely that she re-enters the game, especially that they have a 5-goal lead with less than 5 minutes here in the third quarter.
Daniel gives us one down low now to Evans. That shot once again off the mark. And a stoppage of play, it will be Hersey's possession now, starting in the net with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third. Hersey pushing the other way now. They don't have numbers. They'll opt to slow it down.
Oh, it popped out.
They're able to pick it back up, though. Gonna try and still get something to go on offense here. They still trail by 5 to the Dukes. Good find there. Once again, shot blocked. They're going to try and pick this one back up, but a swift move by the Dukes to recover. Mads going the other way now for the Dukes.
They're doubling Mudlongbayan again, and she's just going to need some help. Once again, finds relief from Bryceland Daniel.
Daniel, long pass here over to Moranti.
Better watch out behind.
Yeah. Long stick right behind her. She slows it down here at the 25. Scotty. Now gets this one behind the net to Byrne. Merrick now. Up top to Bryceland Daniel. Daniel behind the net. 2.5 minutes to go now. Daniel trying to find an outlet here. Someone to cut.
Oh,
She
she
loses
loses
control
it.
there. And it's going to go Hersey's way. Here they go, pushing quickly, trying to evade this Duke's defense. Hersey still pushing. Nice defense there by Evans. Excuse me, by Flossie. Pushing her out.
Good to see Elizabeth Speck getting worked on the sideline. It looks like the trainer's fully bending her knee.
That is a positive sign for sure for the Dukes. Hersey trying to clump together here on the right, and shot is good there. And Hersey now trails by 4.
I mean, once again, Kate Donovan, say it's her second, it's actually her third. We missed the last one. But a really nice play design by Hersey. It seems so simple, yet it was so effective. You have all these options stacking up on the left side, which draws out all of the defense, and it leaves Donovan in a one-on-one, and she wins that battle like she has before in this game, and she cashes in to pick up the hat trick, Luca.
Yep. Minute 23 left here. Score 9-5 now. And the Dukes are still holding on. Daniel wins this faceoff, but it's in the stick of a Husky. Donovan now. Donovan had a lane inside there, but it was closed off by Madge. She's using this lane again, gets pushed back out, and she will have a shot on goal here.
Last thing you want to do if you're this York's defense, missing your best player, is foul the other team's best player. And that's exactly what they did now, Donovan, with a huge opportunity here.
Donovan goes inside here, shot just left.
Just barely missed her fourth of the game, and the Dukes catch a break, but they got to get it back here. Instead, they're giving up another free shot.
Not what you want if you're the Dukes. Just an easier way to score here for Hersey. And shot once again, no good. They pick it back up, and it's going to go York's way.
Those were two prime opportunities for Hersey they had right there, and with this third quarter just about to come to a close, they squander yet another opportunity. That time it was Eddie Cataldo, and just couldn't get the job done. But a free ball here launched by the York goalie.
5 seconds left.
It's not going to matter.
Oh, maybe. Long shot here.
Oh.
Just off.
Off to the left. Wouldn't have mattered. It bounced anyways. Wouldn't have made it.
Score now 9-5. Dukes with a 4-goal lead. With that, we will step away. You are watching York Sports Network. Welcome back, Dukes. Start of the fourth quarter now. York still with a commanding 4-goal lead, 9-5 now. We'll see if they can keep this pace up that they are playing at, but it will be difficult for Hersey to bounce back. Sorry, folks, I had to cough.
A little bit of a coughing fit for you there,
Coughing,
Luca.
yeah, that was that was rough.
Thank you, those of you that tuned in to today's girls lacrosse game. We got a full schedule ahead, and oh no,
Goal there.
yeah,
Ugh.
Hersey making it a little bit closer, and
9-6
yeah.
now. Yeah, that's risky business. That's risky business for the Dukes to be in.
Brielle Perrault on the goal there. Really nice execution. Just goes straight to the net and attacks. And as I was saying, we've got a big schedule ahead for the rest of the week. Only one day left of school. We have Good Friday off. So tomorrow we have a double stream coming up. It is going to be York baseball as they look to complete the series sweep against a very good Hinsdale Central Red Devils team. And then Luca DeSanto will be at girls soccer, and that will start at approximately 7 p.m. First pitch for baseball, I might add, is at 4:30 p.m. Looks like I'm hearing that it's going to be our assistant athletic director's son, Mrs. Young's kid, Matt, who will take the mound. And
another goal there for Hersey.
They're in trouble here.
Some noise being made. This is
Nicole Trakas. Oh boy, it's a 2-goal game. This is the closest the game has ever been. And this is when you start to feel the effects of missing your best player, Luca.
Yep.
This is when you start to feel it. And
Elizabeth, it's worth noting, Elizabeth Specht will not return for the remainder of this game, so they need to find a way to tread on without her, and it's starting to go a bit downhill here, starting to falter.
This is a very important face-off. It might not seem like it, but you really need Bryceland Daniel to come up with it here and get something going. If Daniel can win this face-off, look for her to go to Sarah Merrick.
And this 2-goal game now makes it more difficult for the Dukes to opt to hold if they would like to. And this one is won by Hersey. They're taking it the other way now. They have all the momentum in this game. Donovan. She has been a key part. She goes inside now. And before she can, she is stopped. And another free shot here for Donovan on goal. And she has been quite successful on those thus far. We'll need a masterclass here from York's goalie. Donovan goes inside and shot is good. And just like that, it is a one-score game. 9-8 now with 10:05. Hersey making some noise.
How about Hersey coming all the way back? They're now down just one. Donovan picks up goal number 4. She's on a roll today, Luca, and she's making the Dukes pay. She's capitalizing off of a defense that's softening up a little bit, and now with 10 minutes left, it's honestly anyone's game at this point, and the Dukes need to come together, lock in, and come on top in this one.
Donovan definitely has her name written all over this game here for the Huskies, as she is just leading them on a run here, and she looks as locked in as LeBron in 2013 against the Boston Celtics. You know what meme I'm talking about, folks.
Oh, boy.
Donovan is able to just stick this one over to her mate. They're going to opt to slow down here. They have a chance to tie.
Good, wise decision, I should say, by Cataldo to slow things down. Some heavy pressure now. You see Mudlungbayan in the mix.
Hersey trying to get a shot on goal here. York is definitely not making it easy for them. A cut. Still nothing. Number 16, Chelsea Brown now. Give this one back out up top. And it will be another shot here. Excuse me, not another shot, but a possession starting up top here for Hersey. Ball given down low. Now it's broken up, but Hersey is still once again able to recover. Here they go, trying to tie this one up again. Donovan being guarded by Light.
No need for this Duke's defense to get extra aggressive, Luca. As long as you don't give Hersey an open hole to make a quick pass or get an open look, you still have a 1-goal lead. That's an important thing to remember. I know it might not feel like it, but you're still up by 1.
8:15 to go now. Donovan at the 30. At the 25. Directing traffic. Donovan fakes, gives this one back out. Over to Parlt. Donovan can't find the look inside. Parlt tries to cut. Donovan going in by herself now. She tracks back out.
Wise decision to go back. The Dukes did a great job closing the gap.
This one's picked up by Mads here. And she's going to try and push the other way. She's trying to find an outlet here.
Finds Daniel again. It's the third time she's been bailed out by Bryceland Daniel.
Yeah, been able to find her. 7.5 to go now. And Daniel gets checked there. It'll stay with the Dukes. And like I said, holding, though, is not an option here for the Dukes, as they're only trailing by 1.
They're up by 1.
Excuse me, they're only up by 1.
I wouldn't necessarily say they need to rush things and score, but they need a slow, methodical possession at the very least. If they can get a quick goal, that'd be great. But at the very least, they need to slow things down and have a good, smart offensive possession here. And talking about what happened on the other side of the field, Cataldo just couldn't come up with it, and great job by Sofia Madlangbayan right on it, picks it up, and is able to get it out from Duke's territory. And now Daniel has it at about the 31-yard line. I'm sorry, the 26-yard line.
Morante directing traffic on the left side of your screen. Morante going around now. Spinning. It's broken up by 2 Hersey defenders, but a flag is thrown. It'll stay with Hersey, with the Dukes. Morante will now shoot a free shot on goal here with a chance to make this lining up like a baseball player. And that is a beautiful touch there. And it is a 2-goal game now.
Walking off like it was nothing. That was huge. And words cannot describe how important that goal is. Gives them a little bit more of a cushion. They've back up to a 2-goal lead with 6:03 left in the game, and that's going to force a timeout to be called. But, Luca, that was a big-time goal from Kayla Morante. Just, like you said, wound it up. Looked like she was about to go swinging for the fences with a home run. That's exactly what she did. Puts it at the top left corner of the goal. Impossible for the Katie Wentling to save it, and it gives them a 2-goal lead.
And with that, we will step away momentarily. Don't go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network. Welcome back, folks. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left here in the final quarter of action here. And Dukes are set to face off. It'll be Moranti in the face-off spot now, going up against Perlot. Excuse me, not Perlot. Pearl. Thank you.
Dukes can win this face-off here. This would be huge.
It is won by the Dukes. Moranti picks up her own face-off there, and she's going to take it the other way, now at the 20-yard line. She gives us one behind to Daniel. Scotty. Back to Daniel. And to Moranti. Swings this one over to Merrick. Back to Moranti.
See, now this is where you see the aggressive play in the beginning start to pay off. You've got a 2-goal lead. It was a lot bigger before, but now they can kind of slow it down. They don't have to be as aggressive. You saw Daniel trying to pick up the pace. She picks it up again, but after she slows it down, look, she's kind of just running around in circles.
Back to Moranti. Duke's still just taking things easy here. They can coach through for as long as they want, seemingly. You have a nice cushion here of 2 goals.
No reason for them to do anything that would put this lead in jeopardy, and turnovers is what's really going to hurt them. So they got to – wow.
Daniel definitely got stick-checked there.
Back of the head, I might add. Wow.
No helmets in girls lacrosse compared to boys lacrosse. Just an eye guard.
Let's do a scientific experiment, Luca. Tomorrow in class, I'll get a lacrosse stick. I'll hit you in the back of the head, and then you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 off how much it hurts. And I'll keep increasing how hard I hit you, and then we'll see if girls lacrosse should have helmets for everyone.
We should do that. Daniel knifing her way inside there. It is off the knee of the Hersey goalie. But sorry, folks, I had to cough. Another coughing attack there. Yikes. Moranti now. I'm not watching the Bulls game right now, but I got a tweet from Casey Johnson saying Giddy off to a very rough start. Not what you want to hear. Score 25-12. Heat with the major lead. That's not good. But if there's one thing we know about the Bulls, they can rally. And speaking of rallies, Hersey had a rally going there, but Moranti was able to shut him down? Yeah, shut him down with a goal of her own. Brycelyn Daniel just going to hold on this one.
Apologize for these sudden noises.
Oh, Burns' shutout goal is good there.
Wow.
And I want to say that's her first goal of the season. That's the first goal we have seen her score here at York. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Ella Scotty there with her first goal of the season. That's big time.
Yeah, you see these players that aren't really considered high-volume scorers impacting the game when they need them most, extending this lead back to 3 where it has sat for most of the game. Huge, big-time goal from El Scotti there with less than 2 minutes in the game. And barring complete disaster, I would say the Dukes are in line to pick up a top 30 victory.
And a timeout called here by Hersey. They now trail by 3. With that, we will step away. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back here. Minute 58 to go now. This clock should be corrected because there's actually a minute 58 to go. Minute 58 to go now here in the fourth quarter. The Dukes with a 3-goal lead here. They've definitely been pacing themselves late in the game as they have a nice cushion, and they are just building upon that now. It looked scary for a sec as Hersey only trailed by 1. They really got things going early in the fourth quarter, but here come the Dukes. Daniel takes a rough fall there. Face first. That's
got to hurt, especially with the face guard on.
Yeah.
The eye guard, I should say. And
yeah. Clock will stop for injury time. Daniel trying to recollect herself. Trainers will not come back out.
Yeah, no, she's fine. It's just an awkward fall when you have something only around your eyes and versus like a full helmet.
Yeah.
It's just an awkward, like, I don't know, kind of feeling in a way. Oh, good defense from Hersey there.
Hersey still not letting this game go. They still have 90 seconds left here to try and get 3 goals to tie this up or 4 to take a lead. Will be a daunting task, but like I said before Bryceland Daniel plummeted, they definitely got things going early in the fourth quarter, scoring 3 goals in 2 minutes. So they could definitely do it.
And that's the offensive efficiency I was looking to see from this Hersey team the entire game. And, better late than never, but
another fall. Daniel
getting harassed by these defenders by these Husky defenders. But, in a sense, it's almost like it was too late. They weren't able to get it started. And when the Dukes responded with a pair of their own goals, there's just too little time for them to be able to do anything. And you see Lungbayan, now all she has to do is kind of just fall back. She's got every option in the world, and there's 35 seconds left. And this Lady Duke squad in line for a really nice win over the Hersey Huskies.
Mad's still pushing by herself. She might just run this one out. Try and get a goal of her own, just off the mark there.
Why not try it? Let the defender score.
Moranti has this one now. Less than 10 seconds, and
now they're probably just going to hold it till the end.
They sure will, and the Dukes were being threatened from behind momentarily, but they end up taking this one. Your final score, 11-8, and the Dukes once again improve on their record and definitely make some noise of the pecking order in the rankings for Illinois girls lacrosse. With that, I have been Luca DeSanto. Alongside me has been Connor Choi. Thank you to Hunter Ryan for helping us out this evening. Good night, and go Dukes.